one of the indicators, the rise in suicide deaths in young people, particularly
Right.
young people, but it impacts other people. We know that, for example, we know that rates of depression, we know that rates of substance abuse also are going up, particularly cannabis. Alcohol has always been high, and stimulant use, methamphetamine has actually also gone up
All
across
right.
over
So,
the last decade or so. So because of the nature of mental health conditions, and I think you make a good point, because of the nature of mental health conditions, it's harder to track these things. It's largely relies on self-report. So
yeah.
I can speak to the US because I've lived here for quite a while. There's an annual survey that is done um, to a representative sample of families and individuals across the country. And that data is then taken and crunched, and then they come up with these prevalence rates and so on across a really broad range of metrics. We
Okay.
don't, to my knowledge, we don't do that in Nigeria, but there is anecdotal evidence. The World Health Organization does track data, and then there are local studies that are done, and many are well-designed studies done by practitioners and researchers and clinicians in Nigeria. So I've seen a number of them by Professor Gureji, for example, who is a leading expert really across the continent of Africa and globally,
One
and
of our
many
professors.
others. Yes, one of our professors in UI and very well known globally. He just retired, and many people that he has mentored. I mean, I'm thinking of one specifically by Dr. Ausa Belu, who was my classmate and is a consultant at the UCH on on prevalence of depression and certain kinds of treatment. So I'm saying all of that to say there is research. We're not like just kind of flailing in the water. There are people doing research. Now, what we don't have, to my knowledge, is at scale in the same way
Hmm.
across all
Well,
of the country.